28th, and we're back on the YouTube live train. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Of course, I didn't do one of these on Monday. I hope everyone had a good weekend, and if you're a Seahawks fan, I really hope you enjoyed that NFC Championship game. Now, if you're tuning in this morning and maybe have spent any time outdoors, you might have slipped and slided a little bit because there are some icy conditions out there, and we're going to talk about all of that as we do go throughout the course of this YouTube Live, and we're even going to discuss if we could see a repeat scenario coming anytime soon. So without further ado, I'm going to flip the camera around so we can get things started. Pardon my finger here. I'm just going to flip the camera around to show you my monitor. There it is. We're going to start things off with this photo I got yesterday. This was of a sunrise near Prosser, sent to us from Kaylin Walker. Thank you, Kaylin, for sending that in. Now, this was a beautiful sunrise yesterday before all of those clouds did roll in by the time we got to the afternoon hours. Now, of course, by the time we did get to the afternoon hours and had those clouds roll in, that set the stage for what was, or what did turn into be, a fairly active evening and overnight of weather with some light snow and freezing rain showers. As we take a look at the Doppler radar imagery this morning, you can see that as of this morning, most of the precipitation has pushed off to the east, but I'm actually going to back the radar up here to a 12-hour loop so we can look at what we went through during the overnight hours. Now, as we did progress through the overnight hours around your 9-10 p.m. hour last night, you can see some of that blue color indicating some of that snow starting to move into the area. And then as we just progressed through the overnight hours and well into your early morning hours, I should say, around your 3-4 o'clock hour is when that precipitation started to finally move out. But we did see a little bit of light snow and a little bit of light freezing rain through the overnight hours, and that did create some slippery spots on this morning's commute. In fact, I can tell you that my apartment complex was very icy this morning. And as I alluded to earlier, there is a small chance that we could be looking at a similar scenario playing out as we do advance forward in time, and we'll talk about that more in a moment. Take a look at high temperatures for today. The good news is daytime highs are going to be rising to well above freezing today, into the 40s across the forecast area. So any ice that is still out there on those roadways, it is going to melt today as these high temperatures soar to well above freezing. Now, overnight tonight, there is going to be a bit of an interesting question because these temperatures are going to be right on the edge of freezing. We're going to see temperatures overnight tonight in the Tri-Cities in the low to mid 30s for the Yakima and Kittitas valleys too, and then even in the Boardman and Hermiston areas, we will be looking at temperatures overnight tonight falling into those low to mid 30s. Now, the overnight temperatures tonight are important, especially with these values right on the edge of freezing, because we are going to see another push of moisture moving through tonight, and maybe even looking at some light snow and freezing rain concerns once again. So let's look at the Storm Tracker Futurecast now to discuss those potential wintry precipitation concerns coming tonight. I first stopped this evening right around 10 o'clock because after a bit of a break in precipitation this afternoon, we could see a few isolated showers working in by this evening. Now, again, it is during the overnight hours tonight into early tomorrow morning when we are going to get that much bigger push of moisture. And again, with temperatures right on the edge of freezing, I'm not totally ruling out some light freezing rain and light snow showers again tonight, much like we did see last night. Now, after a bit of a break Thursday afternoon in precipitation, we could see a few more showers Thursday evening. And then as we go through Friday, there may be a few hit and miss showers here and there, although I'm not overly concerned about that. So speaking to the light snow and freezing rain concerns, again, I'm anticipating a very similar night tonight into early morning tonight like we did see last night. So there's about a 30% chance of light freezing rain or snow in the forecast area tonight. Again, very similar to what we did see last night. Amounts are going to be very small, very minimal amounts. If we do get that freezing rain, we're likely to pick up less than 5/100ths of an inch of freezing rain. If we got any light snow, it would be less than half an inch of snow. So really not too concerned about the amount of precipitation, but like we did see this morning, it doesn't take much to create some pretty slippery roadways. So that is something to keep in mind for your Thursday morning commute. Like we went through this morning, and like we are currently going through this morning, your Thursday morning commute could certainly be a little bit slippery. Now let's just talk about the next 2 days in general after today, so Thursday and Friday. We are going to see those chances of showers on Thursday, primarily in the morning. Those temperatures on Thursday are going to be quite nice. We're going to see highs into the upper 40s to low 50s for the Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, and Pendleton, upper 30s to low to mid 40s for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, and then on Friday, everybody will be into the 40s with just that slight chance of showers. So in general, I would say the only kind of period of concern in the forecast will be overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning, and even at that, we're going to see just very similar weather conditions to like we went through this morning. So just be smart out there. Make sure to take things slow. Make sure to take things slow if you are going to be driving on those roadways. But that's just kind of it. There's really not a whole lot to write home about once we do get through tonight. So you should be mindful, you should be prepared for those possible freezing rain and snow concerns overnight tonight. But again, it's going to be nearly an identical scenario to what we went through last night. Certainly not a big winter storm by any metric, but again, enough to grab your attention and remind you that it is still the wintertime season. And then as we go into Thursday and Friday, temperatures are going to be very warm. So any ice that does develop tonight, any light snow that does fall tonight, likely to go by the wayside as soon as tomorrow afternoon. Again, a very similar scenario to what we saw this morning with those icy roadways, and the ice is expected to melt this afternoon too. So that's all I kind of have to say about the weather scenario right now. I'll do another one of these on Friday to set the stage for your weekend, but I'll just kind of give you a little bit of a teaser. It looks like as we go through next week, we are likely to enter another pretty calm and stagnant weather pattern. So I'm not anticipating any kind of big winter storms coming our way. Again, just a little bit of active weather here in the middle portion of this week, but that is about it. So that's all I have to say for today. I'm going to flip the camera around here so we can get one more look at that sunrise photo from yesterday. And I hope all of you have an absolutely tremendous Wednesday. Take care, everybody.